Yo, what is up, y'all? It's your boy Nikolai Capone, and today I am joined with Retro, Raisi K, the motherfucking Raisin Man himself.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? What's good? What's good?
And then I also have
Raisin
Cat
Man in the building.
and what was it, King Jackson, and one of our new guests, our new co-host per se, and it's going to be DJ Bearcuss.
What's happening?
What's up, Hakeem?
Tony Stark in the flesh.
Oh my god. Retro, can you start us off with the first topic today?
Oh, yes, sir. We got a lot going on. We got Travis Scott burgers here. What y'all think about that? It's lit. Y'all trying to get one or what's up?
I mean, I love Travis Scott, the person, but I mean, I don't know about the burger.
I saw like he had tour merch, like these like jorts for like $250 with like
you did you see that?
Yeah,
Wait,
like on
comes
Twitter,
with the
like,
Did you see the oversized
Wait,
chicken nugget too?
imagine
the body
paying
pillow?
$250 for a McDonald's uniform, you know?
Hold up, there's jorts that come with this.
Yeah, you got to go
Yes.
to TravisScott.com. Check out the website. Like,
Yo,
okay,
he showed me
bro.
this body pillow, bro. This shit was
shaped
crazy.
like it's a body pillow shaped like a chicken nugget.
It's fire though. It's fire.
Stop.
It looks dope. Though. I was like, I mean, the merch would be better than anything. I mean, it's $6 for the burger and what? It's Travis Scott. It's a double. It's a quarter pounder. It has lettuce. It has bacon.
See, he's trying to be healthy with it. He threw the
right. He's being healthy, right?
He threw the lesson there, trying to get healthy with it.
The real question is this man making commission on every burger sold?
I don't know. He is.
That'd be crazy.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
It's an even bigger deal because I mean, McDonald's this is like the second time they've ever did that. He's only the second person in history.
Yeah, besides
right?
Michael Jordan, I think.
Besides Michael Jordan, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
to have a meal named after him. Well, besides Batman, but he's fictional.
Right.
Yeah.
The Batman
Remember
meal.
the Batman meal back in the day?
Oh, man.
Everybody wanted the Batman meal. I wanted
the burger was like this long. He's like,
I still want the Batman meal. What y'all talking about? I still want it.
That's because you Batman.
I feel like Trav did a huge thing with this because like especially in the hip hop culture, like to be able to cross over like that in a sense with like fast food. Right. I think it's a power move. I think I know people back in the day they used to think it was like selling out when you did something like that, but I think it's really awesome that he's putting that in the forefront. I'm really happy for him. The meal itself is really just ordinary, but it's ordinary. But I think like the significance of it, in the sense that Travis got a deal with McDonald's to have an actual meal, on the menu.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
It's pretty crazy.
It's definitely rare.
Can I ask y'all something?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Is it bad that I'm about to go get one after we?
I've been wanting one.
I mean, it's $6, and that's what I said. Hopefully, it's just $6 straight up.
Straight up.
Like the
that shit is funny.
Yeah, what I have to take is $6 straight up.
Travis Scott burger come in something that looked like the Astroworld mouth, and it was a box, and you open it up, and it's like Astroworld. Now that'd be sick.
That's good marketing right there,
right?
All the marketing, the merch, it looks dope.
Is it true? It comes with a toy, like it comes with the rodeo joint.
Yeah,
it comes with the rodeo joint.
The little figure that comes.
Does it really?
Yeah,
I heard it comes with a toy.
It's like a little miniature figure of it.
Somebody was holding on to it and said, "That's not Travis Scott. That's Booker T."
Texting my wife right now.
I might just get it just for that.
Hulk Hogan.
That might be a collectible.
Oh yeah,
that might be a collectible.
Oh, you're a big collectible.
I was saying I might just get it just for that, just because it could be a collectible.
Yeah, definitely.
Thinking a long game.
Collectible.
Because I mean, Travis Scott's like one of the biggest artists that's in like the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
Think about it.
Yeah,
He's got documentaries on Netflix. I mean, like Astroworld was huge. Like it's crazy. He's definitely.
And then Astroworld too. I'm just waiting on that to come. For real.
Yeah. Me personally, like I feel like if Kanye West wasn't such a controversial person, I feel like he would have got that McDonald's spot. I'm just me personally.
Well, Kanye is doing the Gap though.
I feel like Kanye would like do something like Burger King.
Because he used to work at the Gap.
Spaceship. Everybody remembers Spaceship.
Joel Osteen for
right, Spaceship
combo.
Yeah.
Say what?
What'd you say, boss?
I said Kanye would team up with Joel Osteen for a Chick-fil-A combo.
He did.
That'd be dope, though.
Oh my god.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. One of my favorite artists, but hey, some of the stuff he does, I don't know.
Hey, but speaking of popular artists, we're gonna talk about Tory Lanez and his claim. Allegedly. I'm not gonna jump out there.
Even though.
Allegedly.
Let me give a collective
of him
to that one.
Being too drunk when he shot Meg the Stallion.
Wow.
Allegedly.
Hey,
allegedly.
They say cannabis is bad.
I didn't do it, but if I did do it, here's how I would do it.
Right. Like, are you OJ Simpson right now?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I did, but you know what I'm saying.
You don't know. Allegedly.
So what was the motivation? Like, why
did he shoot her?
Yeah.
Nobody still knows to this day.
Nah.
I mean, did he ever? I don't even know if he ever admitted what happened because it's
alleged.
Not select.
I got 2 points for this. Right.
I mean, Megan Thee Stallion. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
No. What'd you say?
No, I was gonna say Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, she came out and she talked about it a lot, and said some things on Instagram and Twitter and things like that. But Tory, he hadn't came out and said anything directly about what happened, what caused him to do it. I mean, that's kind of a cop-out.
The first thing he said, like after the whole incident, the first thing he said was after Meg came out and said I shot her, my record sales dropped. Like that was it. Like that's the only shit he said.
He actually said. Oh, you know what's funny? He actually said that it didn't drop. He said that it was still good.
Oh,
like
really?
He actually said that I had no problems. None of that's because somebody put out a report saying that his sales dropped 40%.
Yep.
And he was like, "Nah, I'm good." Like he's like, my sales were up. But like the thing about with Tory, so I got it two angles regarding just the story itself. Is okay, Curse?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, bro. On God.
So he's real. All right, bet because he's real bitch made. Like in terms of the actual situation, like there's no circumstance where you should shoot anybody, let alone a woman, unless your life is in danger. So for him to do that and then to say, "I'm really sorry, I just got really drunk," it doesn't matter. Like he's a bitch for that.
In his defense, he is 5'4". So I mean, she's 5'4".
Yeah, I'm about to say he kind of a midget to her. Like
he kind of got a little. She got a little reach on him. You know what I'm
saying? He's like 5'3".
Yeah, as I say, he might not want to
3 and like Meg the Stallion like got the
he's
got the NBA player build on him.
Right.
All the badges.
The other
she played power forward
going like this.
Yeah. The other angle, a more personal angle, is that like I don't know if you know 6 Seconds, Shizzy 6.
Yeah.
Nick, you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my guy, right? So there was a record that Shizzy 6 did about 2-3 years ago. And he put it out there. It was a video and everything. 3
I remember that. I remember
3 a.m. So he made the original video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Tory Lanez put out that one tape. I forgot the name of it, but it had the balloons on the cover.
I'm about to look it up.
But he copied the exact same song that Shizzy did.
Mm-hmm.
So then Shizzy hits me up and he's like, "Yo, you know what we got to do, right?" So I was like, "Say less." So we put the Fargo record, the diss track, on Tory. It was funny because Shizzy was getting mad traffic on Instagram because he exposed them on there. He was saying he copied his record, he played his record, put the timestamp, like the date, and then put Tory's record, put the timestamp, and then people started, going off, having mixed feelings about it. It reached pretty far, but then Stefan Shizzy hit me up and he was like, "Yo, let's get this, let's put this out," because Tory came up to him in his DMs and it was like, "Yo, you're not gonna mess this up, blah 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 blah. He was saying some real some foul shit.
Yeah.
And then we put out the diss record. So I've always had this sour taste with Tory. I think he's a talented artist in terms of his singing ability and all that. I'm not discounting that ever because you can't discount like talent. But in terms of his character, he is terrible, bro. Like he's just something you just don't want to hang with. So when I heard the story, I was like, he did that shit. Like what 50 said, I was like, he did that shit.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
it's just to say, and I was really hoping like, you know, that he would come up and say something a little more dignified about why he did it. I'm not gonna like give him, you know, like the benefit of the doubt for it, but
he's done some stuff in the past.
If he says something better than just I'm just drunk, like, come on, man. People get abused and killed for that.
It's like I shot you on accident. Like it's just a bunch of bullshit, you know. Like
imagine.
You gotta have
so
intent
you know,
and, like,
that's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it.
I think the record was "Hate to Say" off of "Memories Don't Die." I think that's the song.
Yes.
I'm not too sure.
It was "Memories Don't Die."
Right.
Yeah, "Memories Don't Die" was the project.
Yeah, I don't remember which record it was. It might be "Hate to Say."
But I mean, it sucks because like I feel what you're saying, bro. Like on his character, because like in all honesty, up like till now, she protected him. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like whatever she, you know, like she didn't want. Yeah, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, just real quick. I'm sorry. So I can explain that. So they had to have. It's not confirmed, but they had to have had not just a relationship with each other, but some business interests. Right. Because when you're dealing with labels, some things just get kept on the wraps, and so when things go down, when shit goes down, sometimes they just like protect things for the business. Right. So that might have been what has happened, but at some point in time, you got to just be like, things are just above that. So I think Megan got to a point where she's like, I got to tell my truth. And I feel like you have to accept that, you know?
She was called a liar and like she was called out after coming out on like Instagram and Twitter, and like she was like called a liar, and she's like, why the fuck would I make up getting shot in the foot? Like why the fuck?
Yeah, people were like, people were doing all this detective work. Like, see, how would she be able to walk to the cops? We think that it's glass. Like, she fell on some glass.
That's what kills me about social
Twitter
media.
Got more investigating power than the whole FBI.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's what kills me about social media, because they twist things so much, and it's like, how you gonna get mad at somebody that got shot? Like, you mad because I got shot? Like, what kind of crap is that? Like how you gonna get mad because I got shot? Like
the audacity.
It made no sense, and then people saying they're snitching.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Like, how is it snitching?
And then people saying it's snitching. Like, just the people saying it's snitching. Like, there's a clear difference of what's snitching and what's not snitching. If you in that life, you know what that life is. Yeah. If you in that life and you telling somebody else who's in that life, that's snitching. Exactly. If you are an ordinary civilian and you get assaulted or hurt or violated in any way, that is not snitching. That is reporting to police. That is your civic duty to do so for the safety of yourself and other people. Like, that is, it's so simple.
Yeah, and I would say that like Megan Thee Stallion doesn't seem like she's ever been like gang affiliated or anything like that. Most of the time, I feel like her music is just like, you know, like
empowering.
She might have the homies.
Like, from Texas, you gotta take
she's connected with Jay Prince, so
because she
she might be connected, but she's not about that life.
No, she's not.
Yeah,
she her and Moneybagg Yo, they used to date. That was about it.
That's funny.
Right.
Yeah.
So we do have something interesting coming up next. We do have The Walking Dead actually ending after season 11 on AMC.
Finally.
I just kind of want to know how everybody feels.
It's about time, man. It's about time.
It's about time, yeah. I mean, that's
Coral.
Damn, he more savage than all of us. Shit, I was just glad he said it's about fucking time.
When my guy Carl died, that was it. That was it.
Right, I was like, I mean, after Carl
went, when Carl went, I was like,
that whole time period when like shit like that.
I'll see y'all later.
Like,
y'all need snacks.
When
y'all need snacks, I got you.
Underneath that dumpster. When Glenn survived crawling underneath that dumpster, that's when it should have fucking ended. That shit, like season 5, I was done.
Oh, when Glenn survived?
Yeah.
I was done, bro. I mean, like, I know, I've read the comics. I know how he goes out. I know that they wanted to keep it true because, like, they were, like, getting fan servicey or whatever they were trying to do. But it became the what happens next show. Like, they didn't get to the point. Like, they just kept you dragging on for the next episode, and like,
and I had,
and
they had spin-offs. What's going on?
It wasn't The Walking Dead. It was Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead.
I'm about to say I wasn't gonna watch that shit at all. Like any other side.
Hold on. To be fair, Fear the Walking Dead is actually better than The Walking Dead. To be honest.
Hey.
Okay.
I could see that because it doesn't have like a comic book storyline that they're trying to like make fan servicey. It's its own thing. But the facts, like, it was just overdone. It was overdone when they got to like season 3 of The Walking Dead, and I still hung on. Like, it was overdone.
Yeah.
Like, and see, the reason why they did a lot of that stuff is because they basically outwrit the comic book at the time, so they had to like make up shit in order to catch up to the comic book and not overtake it.
And then they still fucked it up, though.
They still fucked it up.
How's that work?
But there are even though that it is ending, they are actually coming up with a spinoff series for The Walking Dead, and they have, I believe, 2 or 3 Rick Grimes movies in theaters that they're coming out with. So it's dying, but it's not dying.
Robert Kirkman is behind it, and they don't go with like, I don't know.
That's like the equivalence of like when you run out of soap. You know, like you have a bottle of soap and you're running out, and your mom's put some water in it and shakes it.
Shake it up.
That's exactly what that is.
Yes,
that is the equivalence.
That's probably the greatest analogy.
If they completely scrap like the AMC concept of Rick Grimes and the fact that even happened, and then just do a retelling of the comic book story as a movie, get Kirkman behind it, I might be able to follow with it, just because I was such a fan of the comic book. I loved the idea. That was the whole thing, though, with his idea of creating The Walking Dead was what happens after the credits stop rolling. So the fact that it even became a show, the fact that it even became a movie, like, okay, so what the fuck happens when the credits stop rolling? Like, the shit still exists. They're gonna make it a movie now? Like,
yeah.
Come on. Come on. Just leave it. Like, let it die.
Let it die.
When the show first came out, it seemed like it was like oversaturated the market, you know? Like, there was just too much zombie shit out. Like, everybody started trying to do
I don't feel like that, because when Walking Dead first came out, everybody was on this vampire shit. Everybody was on that Twilight.
Vampire Chronicles was out.
Diaries. And so, like, zombies,
originals.
True Blood.
I was about to say that too. True Blood.
True Blood. That was about, I mean, like, besides vampire movies, like, and stuff like that, like, that was the monster. Like, that was it. And then, like, you have, like, all these Japanese and, like, Korean horror films that came out that started doing zombies.
Yeah.
And then, like, America was like,
let's do it.
Zombies.
It's time.
And then it got overplayed. But, like, for a while, when the Walking Dead
crazy.
Started,
so it's
raw. It was new.
So that trend stemmed from Japan and Korea? Because I know I watch Japanese horror films, so I didn't even peep that. That's crazy. There was a lot of Japanese zombie movies that were coming out.
You ever notice that The Walking Dead was the only American show that had like actual zombies, and they were trying to figure out like, how is this going to work? Like, you know, it can work as a movie, but like as a show, like, you know, zombies are slow as shit. Yes. How is this going to be interesting? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Vampires are fast, stealthy. You can't see when they're going to come or not. They disappear in the night.
Powers and shit.
Right.
True.
You know?
True.
But I mean, you've always had stealthy and fast zombies when it comes to like 28 days, 28 weeks later, fucking Dawn of the Dead zombies, the new remake of Dawn of the Dead.
28 days, 28 weeks later.
Not a series,
That's not a zombie.
That's
not a
zombie.
That's
fear.
That's like the outbreak.
It's outbreak. It's fear, but
that's what I'm saying. That's a viral infection.
Just straight up.
But still alive.
But a zombie or reanimated or a corpse or a virus that runs through a person, those type of flicks. Because again, a zombie.
They had the Strain. I think that ran for a while. But then that was like zombie / vampire.
Vampire.
Like,
and then, I mean, when Walking Dead, the fucking zombies start talking and shit. I'm like, what is this?
That's true.
Hey. When did that happen?
Yeah.
This was the last season.
Oh, okay, that's why. Hey, I was done.
Oh, was it the Whispers?
Not the last season, the season before this one. Yeah.
So, like, you dropped your coat, buddy. You dropped your coat, sir.
It's
zombie talking to you.
But didn't they start in one of the movies? I want to think it was like Dawn of the Dead. One of the remakes of Dawn of the Dead. Zombies like get smart and they like start picking up like weaponry and like
that was the one
start like attacking.
They remade Dawn of the Dead.
Stupid.
No, that wasn't Dawn of the Dead.
That was Day of the Dead. That was Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
Day of the Dead.
They remade that.
Dumb.
I remember watching an OG flick of it back in it. Yeah, I remember the OG flick, but.
There was no,
and then a shot of the dead, which is funny as hell.
Yeah, that was hilarious,
funny, bro.
But no, have y'all seen this most recent zombie flick called #Alive? That one's actually pretty interesting.
I told you it was good, right? I told you.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm a huge fan of
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm about to say I ain't seen it.
Was good. It was really good. And
very innovative.
Right.
Very innovative.
It was different. New. If The Walking Dead did something sort of like this, it would be so much better. So I mean, it's just like they don't try no more when it comes to.
They just want money, man.
Yeah.
Once you rack that money,
it's like when you get to a certain point, you got to end it. Like, come on, like you
once
know
you get that money,
shit, right?
Once you get that money, you just start milking it until it starts to see a decline, and once you see the decline. You'd be like, all right, wrap it up.
Yeah, I was about to say, we need Dave Chappelle's Wrap It Up, but not.
Wrap that shit up, B. Wrap that shit up.
The wrap it up sign.
Speaking of wrapping up, we got to wrap up to the next topic
this guy.
With Mandalorian.
Segue.
I'm about to say, that was a pretty good transition right there.
Big segue vibes.
I'm here for it.
Big segue vibes.
We got Mandalorian Season 2 pictures that were released with Entertainment Weekly with Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian himself. You got Carl Withers himself. Everybody.
The guy?
Yeah, the guy himself. Apollo Creed himself.
What?
Action
Carl
Jackson
Withers
himself.
Nah. Say less.
He said, "I'm about to finish that shit right now."
The Mandalorian Season 2, the only reason to subscribe to Disney Plus.
It's working.
Are y'all
reason to subscribe to actually subscribe to Disney Plus?
We talked about this last time, but I want to hear from everybody. Like, what are y'all expecting from this season, from last season, and even if you haven't seen last season? What is something that you're expecting that you want to see forward with this show that'll keep you interested in the show? So I'll take anybody.
I feel like if they go with like a super like linear plot line, I feel like it's gonna like really fuck it up. I like how they're doing it with the little stories here and there, like little like side stories. Like if they just keep doing that, I think they'll be good because you can introduce so many characters and stuff. I feel like if you do like start doing a linear like plot, then it's just gonna fuck it up. You know, it's just a nice little magic to what's happening right now.
Right.
I think it'd be really cool to see them expand on the past of the Mandalorians. Like, and they talk about the history, like the past wars and stuff. You know,
I was just about to say that.
I want to see them talk about the Darksaber. I'm also excited to see Ahsoka.
I'm hoping
Ahsoka's going to be in it, because if she's going to be in it, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to freak the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Retro got it. He got a Darksaber.
Oh, I like that, too.
He got the Darksaber.
I feel like he has a prop for every moment.
He's pulled out props almost every episode.
Yeah.
That's dope.
No, but seriously, like, this show has been an amazing anthology to Star Wars and a fresh addition to Star Wars.
I just want to know how it's going to be. How's it going to be put into the story into the chronology of Star Wars?
Well, how do you feel, Raisi K, about it?
Yeah, that's why I feel about it. That's why I just want to know how it's going to be canonized. Looking into that. Baby Yoda, the GOAT.
Yeah,
the sightings. I just like the slight. It's like the slight references that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's with 3 fingers. Hold on.
I didn't know you had that tatted on you, bro.
Right. He's like.
So yeah.
He said, "I've been waiting for this shit all day."
Yeah.
No, but for real,
yeah.
Rebel scum. He's rebel.
Raisi K. Like, how do you feel about, everything moving forward? I mean, I know you told us a little bit before the show you haven't finished, but what are you looking forward towards in the show and moving forward? If you start back over and moving into season 2.
I want to piggyback on how it gets canonized and how, like, things tie into the canon, the story. I actually like the tidbits that's going on in there. That
Can I give you a little spoiler
to the story? So I look like, what's that?
Can I give you a little spoiler?
Sure.
My man right here.
I trust you.
A smidge. My man right here in season 2. You see Boba Fett right there?
Yeah,
my man Boba Fett. He's coming back in season 2. Boba's coming.
Oh, Lord. So what happened to this rumor that Boba Fett was going to be a female in this universe? Did y'all hear that, or was that just me?
I heard that Boba.
I did not hear about that.
No. I heard that he will get his
female.
Well, his uniform will get taken by a female bounty hunter. That's just speculation. And we will see our Boba Fett live and in person for the first time.
That's awesome.
His face.
I wonder if be,
I'm so excited.
I think
I wonder if they'll ever use that character.
But fucking everything Jon Favreau does is just amazing. I have full faith in his ability to direct the show and produce it, or whoever the fuck's directing it. But I mean, everything he's done has been great.
Yo, someone in the chat said, Nikolai, tell them to contact me. I have Jar Jar Binks in time.
Hey,
let's get Jar Jar.
I can't be wilder. I'm sorry.
Hey, he said he had Jar Jar Binks. He said Jar Jar Binks. Yeah. That's really reckless. That's really, my friend. If you're looking at this right now, you know what you typed. And you know you did wrong. That's reckless.
Listen to me.
That is reckless.
Listen. Jar Jar Binks is the real Phantom Menace, and because fans aren't real enough to admit it, they don't want it.
All my life, I've wanted to dap Yoda and Jar Jar Binks. So the 2 guys that just want to get daps one day in my life. If it's the person who plays the suit, I don't care, but I gotta give him that.
You know how many times we had this argument
to say that?
Crazy.
I gotta know. So, out of everybody here, what does everybody stand when it comes to factions in Star Wars? Like you support Rebels, for the Empire. Do you support all the bounty hunters, the Mandalorians?
Jedi's, baby.
Oh my god.
Jedi's for life.
The Jedi's, you can't.
Trash.
The way of the Sith is the only way.
Hey, EJ.
The Sith Lords?
Egypt, we had this
imagine the power.
We had this discussion about Sith and Jedi, and we were saying he was saying how I guess Jedi are better than Sith in this way, and I was trying to tell him Sith, you have a choice. Obi-Wan, he was a Jedi, but he was he was a low key great Jedi because he did have that love for Anakin. He said, "Anakin, you're my brother," and he's not supposed to have that kind of attachment to him like that.
And then look at Mace Windu.
He dabbled in a lot of great shit when it came to Anakin.
Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is look at Mace Windu, bro. Mm-hmm.
Mace Windu hated Anakin because Mace Windu hated Anakin because Mace Windu believed that he was the one. And yes, Ben and Obi-Wan Kenobi did believe that Anakin was his brother and he loved him, and that did go behind the Jedi way. But Obi-Wan Kenobi, his entire life fought the Jedi way, lived the Jedi way, and it made him grow as a man better that way. When he fought the one and he defeated the one because he was the greatest Jedi and challenged himself to the fullest ability and lost love and pain on the way there. That man is the greatest Jedi amongst anyone.
Execute Order 66.
Hey, look, listen, y'all Sith Lord Anakin. Look where he at. Is he in a metal suit? What is Obi-Wan? Haters, listen.
Fuck, I don't know what you're talking
Obi-Wan cheats.
He said he cheats.
At least he has some marks.
He cheated.
Obi-Wan cheats.
He cheats.
Speaking of cheating,
he cheated.
Speaking of, I'm very excited about the Obi-Wan series that's coming out.
Thank you. The Obi-Wan series is coming out.
I think she might have did a bit better segue than you, bro.
Right. She did a power move. She did.
It was a power move right there, bro.
No, but there is an Obi-Wan segue that we were going into, and then it is on Disney Plus, but they're only going to give us one season. So how do y'all feel about one season of Obi-Wan?
Hopefully it's going to be about him when he's in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping too.
I'm really excited to see it, and like we kind of talked about with The Walking Dead, like some things have to have an ending, right? Yeah. So a little side story that's just one series, like a mini series, like I'm super for it. I'm super excited for it. I want to know what we don't know.
Any continuation of the Star Wars universe that we currently have, I'm always about, like anything about the old movies and like how it can tie in, kind of.
I enjoyed Rogue One. I did enjoy Rogue One.
Thank you, Ken. Hey, Ken, that's like A New Hope, Rogue One, 1 and 2 to me.
Right.
Raisin K, how do you feel about it? What do you want about it?
No, that's exactly what I would say. Like, I just want to see how it plays out. Like, if they're going to be taking place in the desert, I just want to see,
yeah, I'm just,
how that plays out.
Me personally,
but see, with Disney,
you can go, Akim.
I was gonna say with Disney, they do. I mean,
and they're playing the long game, so I think they're gonna put another season out though, but they're just gonna do it one at a time because they just want to build.
They just want to put it out there.
Rev it up, and Disney, then once we get more traction,
that money. They probably got 2 or 3 seasons in the tuck. They probably have 2 or 3 seasons in the tuck about it. But I do hope it's going to take place in the desert first and foremost. Mm-hmm. It would be interesting.
See the battle.
It would be interesting if they kept the series going, but maybe did like an off branch of different characters. Like the first season is Obi-Wan, the second season is Boba, the third season, and did different characters.
Fire.
That would be
fire.
I see what
you know what they could have did too, but before he got older, a Qui-Gon movie, which would have been dope.
Okay. Hear me out. I have an idea.
Because you say Obi-Wan is the strongest Jedi, but he was taught by Qui-Gon.
And hear me out. You have
Qui-Gon the chef.
You have Qui-Gon the chef, Rick. You know. Listen,
Qui-Gon the chef.
Hear me out. You have a prequel of Qui-Gon and Mace Windu saving a planet together, and it explains how Qui-Gon was disgraced by the Jedi Order, but also how Mace Windu got the purple lightsaber.
Exactly. That's what I want to know too.
That'd be cool.
And Samuel L. Jackson can play a 40-year-old version of him.
But like in the story.
You know what I'm saying? Samuel L. Jackson still looks like he's 40 years old.
Thanks. He can go on this the same fucking
like
thing.
damn, he's 70.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Make it happen, Disney. Come on.
Make it happen.
I'm surprised he's 70. He's 70 though. That's wild.
I'm just. Is he really?
Oh, I thought he was.
No, he's 70. He's 70.
He's 70 years old for real.
70.
Oh, I was bullshitting. That's crazy.
Nah, he was mad old when he was in Juggle Fever.
Yeah,
he was mad. He was old back then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was like he never aged since like Jungle
Fever. That's what I'm saying. It's like him and Morgan Freeman.
And Juice.
Like, they just he had gray hair since he was a toddler.
But I'm saying you get
him and Morgan Freeman,
old ass Liam. You get an old ass Liam Neeson, an old ass Samuel L. Jackson, morph their faces into young faces. You got a Mace Windu and Qui-Gon Jinn movie.
Disney got that technology.
They can do it. They did it with Tron. I mean, I don't see why they can't.
They did.
They did it with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
They did it with Guardians of the Galaxy too.
Yeah.
They make
everything I know is a lie.
Yeah.
So back to the last time.
So speaking of everything that you know is a lie.
How are you gonna segue that? I want to know.
Right.
Oh shoot. Okay, hold on.
He really recently came out from Star Wars and stated that they didn't know her lineage at the beginning nor towards the end of filming. They kind of came up to her towards the end and said, "Hey, Palpatine's going to be by ear, Granddaddy." They played it by ear.
So careless with such an expensive franchise. How the fuck?
I believe it.
They played that by ear.
A bag like this.
That's the horrible part. I believe it.
Yeah,
Wait, they really played that by ear.
So get this.
Were they trying? Was this an artistic
Just like Meg,
move?
she has no reason to lie.
I don't think it was an artistic move. I think it was that J.J. Abrams set it up for them, and then they wanted other directors to come in. But when other directors came in, they weren't prepared for a Star Wars story, so they begged J.J. to come back, and they needed him to fit 3 movies in one movie.
To make it work.
Yeah,
okay.
My whole
they
thing
should have
is
made her a clone.
My whole thing is with Disney. They have all this.
She should have just became a
source
Sith Lord. That'd have been fucking cool.
Disney has all this source material to use with like all the Legends generation stuff that they have. They don't use it. Like I don't understand. Like you got they got comic books full of stuff that you can be able to use. You got like actual books. You know, you have.
I don't think adaptations. I don't. It may not be that they're not trying to use it. It's more like timing. I feel like they might be timing it for when they want to put that out.
Yeah,
right.
You know?
It's like this is.
They want to figure out when it's demand. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they want to figure out They want to figure out what is their interest. I think people when we do stuff like this and then we put out like what interesting storylines we want to put out there.
Right.
They're going to peak on that, and they have that in the tuck. So when they do have it, they can work upon it and just put it out there. That's how I feel like it is. But it has to make sense. Like whatever's put out there, they have to follow it and make it make sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just so frustrating as a fan. It just felt like they were so careless.
It's excruciating as a fan.
Right. It's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
It's like finding somebody who doesn't know dick about Star Wars and it's like, hey, fucking direct this, and they're like,
okay.
All right, I'm down.
Right.
Disney cut me that check.
What I gotta do? All right, play.
Josh,
my thing is my child's middle name is fucking Jedi. I have Star Wars, everything up here.
Right.
Hey Jedi, what's good?
This is my life.
He's gonna say no.
That's real, bro.
When we have kids, we have to have a middle name be Sith.
If your name is Child Jedi, middle name, that's real.
But no, like Jedi when But not only that, I want him to grow up to know that Jedi is a man that knows himself, a man who is one with himself, a man who is one with everything around him.
This knows that
talk about it.
They don't know about these motherfucking bars.
Talk about it.
You gotta move forward. You gotta push forward towards everything. Reach for the stars. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Star Wars means a lot to all of us. And like, for them to play it by ear, like you were saying, with these characters, that's too much and too deep for a lot of people involved in Star Wars. And it kind of offends me, you know what I mean? And I hate to get a little like that, but it offends me as a Star Wars fan for them to.
They're childish.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It hurts
we've
a
been
little.
watching these movies like our entire life, and for someone to not put any fucking effort towards one of the greatest franchises that's ever been created, it's like, why? Why do you hate
That's insulting.
Exactly.
So
that's
this motherfucker is spitting.
It's a little disrespectful.
Absolutely.
A little.
Yeah.
Man.
But you know,
I watched that last one and I walked out of the theaters and like I was so pissed off. I walked right into Sephora or Ulta and just like bought things because I was so mad. I needed to make myself feel better.
There were good parts. There were good parts.
Really?
Like the whole concept that like the last movie and the whole last 3 movies, it's all it hinges on is gotcha moments. It's like, oh, we're gonna lead up to this, but gotcha. Wrong again. And then it's like, oh, this is gonna happen.
Gotcha.
They just realized they shit the
bed.
Ben
became a good guy and like, no.
Actually, I'm kind of curious, Raisi, what was your opinion when you went to see the last movie?
Oh, the last movie? I was ready. I was lit. I was ready to go. And I was like, because I was ready to see it, and I was like,
I was ready to see it too, but I didn't. Hey, my dad walked out. He was like,
I didn't walk out because
Well, no, we didn't walk out, but we like once
$11, $12 for a ticket.
Yeah,
I was just like, wow.
Hey, we gonna finish the movie.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna get through this.
Together.
Trust.
That's what I say. I feel like Disney realized they just shit the bed on that when they were just like, we're just gonna end this shit. Put a twist on there and let them
add that roach in there.
Add a cliffhanger and call it a day. We're gonna move on to some other shit.
We just like, I was not. No. Mm-mm.
You know,
so I went in there. I was super hyped. And I was like, "This is not developing." And then they're like 30 minutes in. I was like, "Oh no, this ain't it."
I'm trying to remember if that was a movie I can't remember if I fell asleep or not.
You said you fell asleep.
You were with me. You fell asleep.
Very cool.
So we were talking about how you weren't asleep.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in the movie theater, I just basically was. I don't know, man. I was just kind of sad and just found myself passing out a couple times. I didn't know if I was asleep or not. I looked over and I saw you just looking sad. And
yes,
very sad moment. Very sad moment.
But hopefully, I don't know. I just hopefully Disney gets better with, I want to see something with the old Republic. Some of these old.
Yes, sir.
I played the game back on PC back in the day, man.
That's like one of my favorites. Good, bro. That shit was so
nice. Old Republic, and this that whole lineage and lore that they have that never touch on besides in video games and books. Like I want to see that shit on the screen. Like I don't want to keep having reminisce on Dreamcast and PC and shit.
And they have everything to do it too. That's the thing, man. Ugh.
Exactly. You got the source material, just use it. But, it's, like you said, I mean, like Raisi said, it's time. It's timing and everything.
It's about that time.
It's all about money.
It's about that time.
About that time.
Absolutely.
Capone, I kind of want to hear from our guests today, and I want you to ask them a few questions and, just introduce us a little bit.
Okay. So I did want to ask, like, who was your favorite artist to work with? Because you did say that you worked with Shizzy, and y'all sound like y'all had like kind of brotherhood kind of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. So my favorite artist that I worked with was Jacquay. When he's on Love and Hip Hop. We made a record together called My Piece Is Hidden back in like 2015. And how that happened was that he hit me up on SoundCloud. So I was on SoundCloud and I was checking the messages, and he hit me up on SoundCloud and he was like, yo, I love this beat. The beat that I made for it, I hated it. I feel like it's like one of the worst beats I've ever made.
It'd be like
and I posted it, right? And I posted it and I was like, this is some bullshit. Like, I was trying to make like a Migos type beat. I was trying to make a Migos type beat. I didn't know how to make trap at that time. I didn't know how to make trap music at that time. So I was like trying to make something and it just sounded terrible. So then he hits me up on the messages and he was like, yo, fam, I love this beat so much. Let me grab this beat. I'll send you the rough mix or whatever tonight. And he's like, I'm with Bad Boy. And I was like, what? I was like, he's bullshitting. But I was like, for some reason, I was like, I don't care about this beat. So I was like, all right, cool. You use it. He hits me up the same day, right? Hits me up the same night. He's like, this is the record. I'm going to send it to DJ K-Slade. Boom, boom, boom. He sends emails, contacts. I'm like, oh my God, this guy is not kidding.
Oh, wow.
Clicked it. I was like, this record is immaculate. I was like, go ahead, let's push it. Change this part up and then push it. He had the engineer right there. They changed it, pushed it out. Literally like a day or two later, it was on DJ K-Slade's midnight show on Shade 45.
Damn.
Midnight show. I was on a laptop. Back then, you had to get a 3-month trial or whatever.
Right.
And I was mad stingy, but I was like, let me get this just to hear it.
Yeah.
And I was in my bed, like hearing this on the radio and satellite, and it was like I cried, and I was like, this is the greatest moment ever. But like working with Jacquay is so dope because he's just mad down to earth. Like whenever I hit him up, whenever I went down to the studio, he was just like down to earth, and he was like, oh, I love this. Let's put this out here. Let me try to make a record with this. Boom, boom, boom. And it was just bad organic. So Jacquay, Shizzy, it's already, he just hits me up. That's all love. He just hits me up and he's like, yo, I love this beat. Let me use it. I'm like, say no more. And he just laces it. That's literally it. Like, he'll just hit me up randomly. Like, I recorded on this. Boom. So Shizzy and Jacquay are the two guys that I love to work with a lot. And a third, I'll say actually two more. Shout out to my guy A Genius. He's an amazing artist. I love working with him. Shout out to my guy Chris Guapin. He's also an amazing artist. Shout out to my guy Mr. Capers. Mr. Capers taught me how to make beats. So those are the 5 guys.
That's what's up.
Man.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
long-winded answer.
Nah, you good. So I gotta say, what was your favorite beat of all time? Like you'd be like, oh, this could be like something from years ago, and you'd be like, hey, that shit's still a fucking banger, bro.
That's hard, bro. That's hard. That's really hard. The one that's really sentimental to me is I flipped the Donkey Kong sample for it. It was a Fear Factory on Donkey Kong 1, like towards the end of the movie. Yeah. You know, that one towards like, it was like the first level on that industrial like map or whatever.
Yeah.
So I flipped that sample, and that one is still sentimental to me. It's super rudimentary, it's like super rudimentary, but it's fire. I had a Dipset inspired like theme to it. That one's sentimental to me.
So you put on the band.
Everybody loves. Yeah, and yeah, I was like, let's do this. That's when I was just starting to make beats too. The Kill Bill beat I love. The lines of Mulan. It was not even a Mulan sample. It was like some random 80s like Chinese sample that I found from like a Chinese talk show. And it's funny, they had like some like singer in a talk show from like the 80s, and I flipped it. I was like, this is too fire. And yeah, it's not even Mulan. It's like a random 80s Chinese talk show sample, and I flipped it. That one's special. There's a few, so
that's fucking dope, man.
Yeah,
that is really fucking cool.
I do have a question as well. Like, what do you say to young, inspiring, producers as well that want to get where you are and do like what you do? What's something inspiring you want them to know for them to push forward and do in life?
Sure. Like, one thing, you gotta love this shit. So you actually gotta love it. Like, if you're making this music just to get views and to get clout, don't stop. Stop right now, because people can catch that and people will dub you like immediately. So you gotta make music that you love to make, and know who's listening to your music. People are gonna listen to your music and spot feedback, interact with them, show love. Be consistent with that. Consistency and passion for the craft literally will be what will happen to get you a byproduct of getting clout or getting followers and things like that. Because if you have that passion, you're going to want to get better at your craft. You know what I mean? So you're going to look at YouTube videos. You're going to try to get your sound tight and all that. And you're going to get better just naturally because of it. And always having a humble attitude and just interacting with the people who show love. Like, that's what it was for me. So me, I just posted because I love to make the beats, and I wanted to get better. I saw people also made music, and I also wanted to, make music like them, and like, I was influenced and try to get better. So I always look and see how I could get better, ask questions, did trial and error. And over time, things started picking up. And so I started making beats here and there that were knocking. And then people were like, yo, this is fire. And they started sharing it to their friends. And it was different because I was like sampling video games and being like super nerdy with it. Yeah. So, so it was different. So, and that's the thing. You always have to be unique. Don't try to, you can always emulate the current style, what's wavy at this point in time, but you always have to have your identity in what you make.
Right.
In any art form, whether it be visual arts, whether it be graphics arts, music, you got to have your own signature art form that you want to put out that's about you. And if you continue to do that, it may not be popular at certain times, but if you continue to do that, it's going to be timeless. So that's what you're looking for.
That was a fucking great answer. I love
that
shit. I love that
shit. That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know that because you know you out here doing it and you showing kids and people up and coming that they can do it.
Yeah,
and
do it.
They need to hear it.
Mm-hmm. Just do it. Like, if you have a passion to make this music, just make the music. You're going to be trash first off. You're going to be trash in the beginning. Like, I was trash in the beginning. Everybody was trash in the beginning. You're going to be trash in the beginning. That's fine.
It's like
people are going to say you're going to be trash. You got to have that one person who's like, you got to have the one homie that tells you, like, this ain't it. You have to have that one person with you that's like, really honest, this ain't it, chief. Yeah. But if they can guide you, like, how you can get better, that's a true friend. Yeah. And then you just take that advice, and it's almost like you don't have to be obsessed. If you have an obsession with it, that's just going to take you even further up because you're obsessed with it. I don't really have obsession with stuff, but with music, I have a passion for it. So I'm always trying to see how I can, tinker things, and thankfully I've had people who've shown me the right direction and show me how to like improve, and I just took it and ran, and then and interacted with people who was like showing love, and then that's when the opportunities come and people are like, yo fam, like we can make a record with this and that and work with this and that, and it's like, all right, cool, and then just verify that it matches up. That's all it is.
Thank you for sharing that knowledge amongst young people that's up and coming and that want to know this knowledge, because there are some people that don't know where to go, and thank you for that.
Yeah, that's
my brother.
No problem,
bro.
Everybody needs to get some inspiration, from people in the industry, regardless of
if anybody, and for real, if anybody's like real hungry trying to make these beats, like just reach out for me. I'm on Twitter, Raisi. You can reach me on Instagram. I'll try and talk with you. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were about to plug your beat story in dead ass, bro.
Oh no, not yet.
I was
not
ready
yet.
for you to do it, bro. I swear to God.
Not yet. Nah, you can reach out. Don't worry, you'll find me. So it's cool.
How did you come up with the name the Raisin Man?
Yeah, so it's a example of turning a negative into a positive. So my name is Raisi. It's spelled Raisi. That's pretty much raisin without the N. So growing up at school, going to school.
You remember
growing up at school?
You remember that 20-minute conversation we had? I was like, bro, I need help pronouncing your
I need clarity. What is your name?
I looked at it and I was like, that's right.
Raisi. Raisi, yes. So growing up at school, kids used to tease me because they used to call me Raisin, all this stupid shit. So I was like,
right.
Yeah.
Kids are cruel.
So I was
kids are
instead of being
petty, kids are mean as fuck, man.
Oh yeah. It's like the route. It was like elementary, middle, high school. It was like the route, man. They used to clown me on my name. So I took my name, which they used to tease, and then they used to call me Raisin a lot. So I used to turn that negative into a positive, called the Raisin Man. Because my name's like raisin without the N, so I just say the Raisin Man. So then Raisi K is my first name, middle initial. So Raisi K, the Raisin Man, put it all together. It was unique. It was pretty catchy. Worked.
Raisi K,
the
Raisin Man.
Yeah. I had the guy make the tag. You sounded like the radio announcer.
Yeah, was that you?
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
I had somebody do it for the low. That was like a cheat tag, but it was like it stuck. So I kept it.
Hey,
I've debated changing it, but people are like, "Nah, man, this is
timeless.
This one we already know."
You already know who it is.
Yeah,
like you can't have some manly announcer voice and then switch it to some female saying, Raisi K, the Raisin Man.
Yeah, it just won't hit.
Yeah, it won't hit hard. It'd be
just hit different. It just wouldn't hit the same. I try to get people. People are like, "Yo, I can lace a tag for you." Boom, boom, boom. I've heard some tags and they're pretty cool, but it just doesn't hit the same.
That's true.
It's like the Mortal Kombat Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn saying my name or whatever. It's just
that was my Twitter
handle.
Flawless victory.
I just took the Shao and I put it CONN to make it Shao Kahn because my middle name is Connor. So
awesome. That's dope.
DJ Shao Kahn.
DJ Shao Kahn.
Yes, sir. So that's how the name came. That's how the name came to be.
That's fucking dope, bro.
I
love it. I love it here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm feeling loving the atmosphere.
Nah, this
guy. Yeah.
Oh man. So anybody else have any good questions?
I mean, have you thought about reaching out and making short films, composing short films, composing things like that?
Yes. I have thought about that. I could do scores, movie scores.
I've always wanted to
short films. I really wanted to make original works for certain movies or short films, things of that nature. I just got to reach, to the homies who are making that or reach out to me. I'm more than grateful to do so, and it'll give me opportunity. It gives me opportunity to, get creative and make something dope.
I got one.
Do something outside my comfort zone, So You know, if you want something like super hip hoppy, I can make that. But if I want to make something that's really, you know, airy and giving a super vibe and ambiance, whatnot,
got that horror film vibe.
Prince. I could do that. I could do that easy. I watch too many horror films. Say less.
Oh, you know what? Did y'all want to talk about Scream?
You know,
are they doing a remake?
They are not a remake. Not a remake.
It's Scream 5. Like
Scream 5.
A reboot. Scream 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even a reboot. Like they're continuing with the sequels. Yeah, we've got Neve, Courtney.
Oh, Neve's coming back.
They're all coming back. All coming back.
I'm watching.
And then we got old boy from 13 Reasons Why coming in.
Yes, Dylan.
We have Dylan. We have Jack Quaid from The Boys coming in. We got a lot of people coming in. It's a solid cast.
Faces that don't look trustworthy. But I want so badly, and I've preached this probably since like Scream 3. Gail needs to be the killer. She's always wanted to be the first one on the scene. She's always wanted to be the first one on the scene for the story. So it's years later. Make her go crazy. Her and David Arquette got a divorce in real life. Split them up in the movie. They're not together anymore. Life happens. Shit's crazy. Make her psychotic and crazy. Her life fell apart. She's not relevant anymore because no one cares about her being like a news anchor. Like, make her the fucking killer and end it. Like, I'm so excited.
Just wrap it up. Exactly.
Yes, I've been preaching it since Scream 3.
Again,
but, like,
they be trying to milk the money out. They be trying to suck the money out.
The director behind this was doing, what did he do, Ready or Not? He did, I think he was behind Ready or Not.
He did Ready or Not.
And it was so good. I didn't expect not to like it. And it was such a good, like, fine line between comedy and horror, and that's exactly what Scream is a love letter to horror, and that's why it's
literally what it is. They told the line between the comedy and the horror, and that's what the beauty of it.
Well, see,
if Neve is back, then I'm with it.
Neve Campbell is back. They're all back. I can't get with Gail being the killer. I can get with Gail being. I can get with Gail killing one person.
There can only be one final girl. So, like, look at the history of all horror movies. There can only be one final girl, and she's known as being the final girl. Sydney is the final girl. She survived.
That doesn't mean Gail can't die. Nah, I think 2 cast members will die.
Yo, people gonna be mad if she dies, man.
I like what Ken's saying. That's a good dynamic, right? That's a really interesting dynamic.
I've been preaching it for fucking years. And then Wes Craven died, and when they came out with Scream 4 and they made her cousin the killer, I was like, bro, no, they could have gone another direction. Then Wes Craven died, and I was like, fuck, I'm never gonna get it. And now we're finally getting a Scream 5. Like, I want to fucking see this shit, or I'm gonna just like.
Let's hope Wes Craven's nephew was like, yo, fam, by the way,
my own.
make it this way.
I think Wes Craven.
My uncle said, "Yo, make it this way." So do that.
I think Wes Craven wrote a part of a script. They're gonna go off of that.
Okay, that would be dope then.
I'm so excited. I think that the director behind Ready or Not did a fantastic job with that movie. I think if put in the hands of anybody else, I don't think that I would like Scream. But the fact that it's in his hands, I think I'm going to love it. We've got the original cast coming back. I think it's going to be fucking sick. I'm so excited.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm tuning in.
Therefore,
I told you I had a lot to say.
I'm tuning in.
I'm getting a ghost face tattoo like soon.
Bro,
like,
do it.
Where's the tattoo artist? I'm trying to get it.
Do it.
That's cool.
Just put it on your foot. That way you're always able to run.
I got a whole empty arm right here for him.
Yeah, bro, I'm for it. I can't wait.
But Mr. Capone, that's pretty much all of our topics today. We went over everything that recently came out in the news. I mean,
yeah,
it was a pretty lit show.
Yeah, I loved it, bro. Raisi, bro, you got to get on at least every once in a while.
Yeah, that's
this shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
You got my line, so you got my line, so just
yeah,
hit
that's
me
true.
Up
hey,
anytime
I'm gonna
I
hit
slide.
you up, bro, for sure. Like,
very great addition.
It's an honor.
Sir.
It's an honor and privilege. It's an honor and privilege to have me on here. You guys are all awesome. I was vibing.
Great to have you, man.
So I'll be here. I'll be back. Just give me the word, man.
hey, I'm gonna hit your line, bro.
Hell yeah.
Like we talked about last show.
Hell yeah.
All right,
man. What was it? This is the part of the show where we start doing all the plugs and everything. So
the part we always fuck up on.
yeah. Hey, our outros have been complete dog shit. Like they're just always like guessing, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just start it up. We got Retro to my right. If you could go ahead and plug yourself in real quick.
Yes, sir. My name is Retro. You can find me on Instagram at retro_detro.
All right. Thank you so much. And then we'll go ahead with Cat and Jackson.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter and also on Instagram as Rorschach Cat.
You can find me on Twitter at King Jackson.
Oh, I thought you were going to plug in your Instagram.
Not fuck that.
See, every time I always fuck up the outfit. Like one day we'll do this and I won't fuck it up. It may not be next week, but it might be the week after that.
And then Hakeem, I honestly don't know if you have any social medias at all besides,
I have all social media outlets. My name is DJ Bearcuz. YouTube DJ Bearcuz, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that. Check out Unlimited Propaganda with me and EJ, Retro EJ. Check that out. Unlimited Propaganda. It's on YouTube as well. Same thing on Instagram. And yeah, man, shit, hit me up.
And then we have the legendary, one and only, the fucking Raisin Man himself. Raisi K. If you go ahead,
right,
right. You gotta say it right. You gotta say it right. You gotta articulate. You gotta say Raisi K.
Raisi K. Okay. Look, we have. He's gonna message me after this. He's like, "You're gonna say my name right, motherfucker."
No, I'm good. Raisi K, the Raisin Man. Pleasure to be here. So you can catch me on a lot of things. Twitter, Real Deal, Raisi K, Raisi_K. First letter's always capitalized. Instagram, the Raisin Man. Just catch me straightforward, one word. You can catch me on YouTube. I'm on Bandcamp, all DSPs. I have a new podcast out called Raisi K and Friends. That's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yes, sir.
I hate to be that guy, but if you search Raisi K, RAISI space K dot on Google, you will find literally everything in a row.
Yeah.
So if you want to find me,
I Googled you. Don't worry.
You will find literally everything. It's not because I want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, but you will literally find everything that you need to see. So just Google Raisi K. You're going to see everything from the Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all that, Twitter, YouTube. It's all there. So it's a pleasure, man.
And don't worry about all the links will also be down below in the description for everybody. And I'm also going to go ahead and put them on the screen when everybody's talking, when I'm doing the editing and stuff, because I have to edit this one. I have to edit this one, bro.
We get it.
But all right, thank you all so much.
You check out my OnlyFans too. OnlyFans.com/DJ Bearcuz.
He's selling exclusive $25
a month. Get you exclusive videos of me watching TV.
Do it.
Every time you subscribe to the Nikolai Capone channel on YouTube,
I'm watching 227.
He's watching 18.
I donate nothing.
Is that mad?
Thank y'all so much for coming by. Thank you, just everybody. All this great fucking energy. All right.
Absolutely.
How we know?
You're gonna do it.